Oh, what the? Hello! Today I'm going to be making salted butter and chocolate chunk shortbread and guest starring Rachel Ong, my dear wife. So what's a shortbread cookie? So I googled it. I guess it's crumblier, right? It's 1 part sugar, 2 parts butter, and 3 parts plain wheat flour. And the difference here is it's the butter that makes it more
Like flaky and crumbly?
flaky and crumbly, yeah. Is it?
Yeah, because a shortbread cookie is like a lot more simple than a regular cookie because it doesn't have egg, baking powder, or baking soda. So it just relies on the butter to like give it the lift, and then because there's a lot more butter in shortbread versus a regular cookie, so it's like crumblier. So this recipe is from Dining In by Alison Roman. We are a bit conflicted about Alison Roman because she had some controversy recently with Chrissy Teigen and Marie Kondo. But this is a very good recipe. So we are just going to make it anyway because we'll get to enjoy the cookies. But if you don't have the book, the recipe is also on NYT Cooking and Bon Appetit.
So obviously she has the cookbook and I don't. So I'm on the Bon Appetit website and that will be my point of reference. Ken, we can get started, I guess. Granulated sugar.
I accidentally put too much granulated sugar, so now I have to remove some.
Oh no. Brown sugar. I forgot to say, I wanted to say something. The butter is supposed to be salted, but like we didn't want to buy salted butter, so the recipe calls for if you want to use unsalted butter, it's this plus a 3/4 teaspoon of salt, which I have right here.
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
All right, vanilla. Why do a lot of recipes call for vanilla extract?
A lot of recipes call for vanilla extract, I guess because of the flavor. The reason we use extract as opposed to vanilla pots, mostly because vanilla pots are really, really phenomenally expensive. So it's not really worth using the actual thing unless you're going to use a recipe where you really need like good vanilla flavor, like ice cream or maybe like pastry cream or something like that. But obviously for this recipe, the primary flavor is not vanilla, so we don't have to bother.
That makes sense. Okay, so I have my stuff in here. Do you have yours?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have never baked before. Like all of the stuff that you see in our house, it's done by Rachel. This is technically my first time using the KitchenAid, which has been in our home for the past 2 years.
Good luck.
Oh no! So are we doing it now? Okay, gonna be a bit noisy. 3 to 5 minutes.
My hands, my arms are super tired.
So while Rachel's still mixing, this is what mine looks like.
Mine looks like this.
How about this one? Yes, it's recording.
You're just mumbling to yourself. You know how they say that you should always like mix it a bit more delicately once you put the flour in so that you don't develop the gluten?
No. Okay.
Like once you put the flour into the wet ingredients, you have to be careful with it. Otherwise, like if you keep stirring it, you're going to activate more gluten and then your whatever you bake will be like very tough.
I see. So next in the instructions, using a spatula, scrape down the sides of the bowl. Done that. With a mixer on low speed, slowly add flour, followed by chocolate chunks and beat just to blend. So we haven't done our chocolate chunks yet. We have whole chocolate bars and we shall chop them now, I guess. I would say I'm more aware of like knife skills whenever I do stuff.
I've been trying to do that, but it's not that easy. Although I would say ever since I cut myself with a bread knife, I have learned to be very, very careful with knives.
Also, I wanted to find semi-sweet chocolate instead of bittersweet chocolate because somehow in my mind, bittersweet chocolate sounded more bitter than semi-sweet. But then like... No, it's the same, is it? Is it the same?
It just sounded funny when you said it. Bittersweet chocolate is more bitter.
Okay, I'm going to slowly add the flour followed by the chocolate chunks. Just gonna use my hands for the chocolate.
I have flour all over my arm.
I look so lost.
I think you're doing great.
Thank you, babe. Okay, so divide the dough in half and place each half on a large piece of plastic wrap.
So my dough never really came together the way that Shafiq's did because I think because the weather's too cold here, so the butter didn't really melt and it didn't like blend as well. So like it's super crumbly right now. So what I'm doing is just pouring it out on the cling wrap and then like using my hands to like smush it together. My first one is done.
Mine feels like there's like a baby version, which is this, and then a mum version, which is this.
That's cool.
There's also like a therapeutic element to baking.
Yeah. Oh, so what do you think I bake?
Both of us have put our dough wrapped in cling wrap into our respective fridges. The recipe says to wait 2 hours. We will check back again in like an hour-ish to see whether it's firmed up. And then we will continue with the baking part. So we have waited an hour-ish. So I stuck mine inside the freezer and then I transferred it into the fridge after like 10 minutes. And after an hour, it's really like super hard. Ow.
Ouch.
Okay, so egg cracking time. I'm gonna try cracking it one-handed, and my wife is also gonna use me. Okay.
Yay!
Hey! Yeah, a bit more finesse
my
this time.
hands.
So what we need to do is first we need to take this out and I'm gonna have to use a brush and just do some egg wash action. And after that, we're going to roll it into our brown sugar or demerara sugar here to give it apparently the crispy edge. This is my first one, it's the smaller one.
Now we cover it with sugar.
Yep. Okay, so I'm rolling it in. You can see I'm rolling it in the demerara sugar. It's a bit messy.
Yeah, it's messy.
Yeah, okay, done.
Okay, done. Okay, I'll show you mine.
Okay.
Like this thing.
Okay. Great. Ta-da! Arrange on a prepared baking sheet that's this, about an inch apart. They won't spread much. Sprinkle with sea salt. So that's what I'm going to do now. This is some flaky smoked sea salt. We'll give it like a smoked flavor. Sprinkle 12 to 15 minutes. We're going to set this for 15 and check it out when there's 3 minutes left.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh. What?
What? What happened?
I have no idea.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just by the window, okay?
Yes. Oh, what the heck? What happened?
I don't know. I'm back.
That's funny. But that is the reality of baking, so it's okay.
Okay. Did you put your second one already?
I did. when I saw the smoke billowing out. I don't mean to laugh at your pain, but it was quite funny. I was like, where did that come from?
So, in addition to the smoky sea salt taste, there will be an actual smoke taste. So, the first tray of cookies is a total fail. I'll show you what I mean by that. Everything's burnt. Yeah, according to Rachel, what might have happened was when I was setting the temperature. So there's a lot of modes, right? There's like, using the fan, using the heating element and all that stuff. I set the temperature for the wrong mode, but I baked at 225 degrees for the actual baking process instead of 180 degrees. So,
But that's okay. That's the reality of baking. It just like things go wrong more often than you know.
yes, things go wrong more. Yeah. So hopefully second time's a charm.
Okay, so these are mine. They
Yum.
are kind of golden on the edges. I may have gone overboard and like put them too close together, so some of them kind of merged, but that's okay. I can always break them apart.
Okay. This is mine.
Ooh, cool.
Yours definitely kept the shape better than mine. So mine spread out quite a bit. You can see here. I'll show closer to the camera. Yep. There was a mishap. I had like one round of cookies that burnt. Let's forget about that forever.
It's okay.
Okay. Thanks, babe. Okay.
Okay. Shall we try?
Okay. Okay. Bit scared right
Ready?
now. Okay. Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. What do you think?
It does taste like shortbread cookie. Like it's quite light. Like it crumbles off very easily.
I really like it. Very buttery. The edges are caramelized, so you can taste that flavor.
Mm.
And a lot of chocolate inside, which is good. Do you like it?
It's very nice. Not bad. I feel I feel much better now.
That's good. It's okay. Shit happens in the kitchen all the time.
Yeah, that's great. That's great life advice. So that was that. All in all, not bad. That rhymes. So, okay, we're gonna end this off now. I have never made shortbread cookies, but now I have.
Yay!
That's it.